out. Here I am finally sticking up for myself, and you jump to the other side. I don't know. Are people supposed to cheer you now? Are people supposed to get behind you because you're against me? They don't know. I don't know either. Tell me about, where does Carl stand? Where is Onslaught stand? You're the GTS champion, okay? You destroyed Tony Emerald. You made him tap out. Tony Emerald's telling you to tap out. Okay?
One word came to mind with Tony Emerald. Tough. That man is tough.
Tough as nails.
He's one of the toughest guys I've had.
But at the same time, he's that angel. He's an asshole. And he's abusing his son.
Yeah.
Which,
on camera.
Can you imagine what goes on in this house?
No. If I was a kid, I definitely would have hung out with Mr. Rope and Mr. Stool a lot.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So, can you please tell us where is your mindset? Because Tommy Solano, Hop, they're all against me. They all think that I'm not running GTS right. When I put my fucking blood, sweat, and tears into this show non-stop, 3 days a week, every taping, sweating my ass off in the summer, freezing cold in the winter, all night long editing, uploading, tags, titles, description.
Part of that's your fault.
My fault?
Yeah, because you don't know how to delegate anything to anyone.
Because I can't trust anybody else to do anything.
That's
I can't even...
always your excuse. You can't trust anybody to do anything. But you've
What
had
about
people
when
like Dale, you have people that are willing to step up and to take on those responsibilities. So
What
that's
happens?
kind of your fault.
What happens when I perform, when I have a match, okay, and I hand the camera off to somebody, okay? The camera work is shit. The commentary is shit.
That happened yesterday where it was like, I don't know who it was, I handed it to somebody and they just,
Yeah.
that was rough. But some people, but that's on everybody. Just because one person does that doesn't mean everybody does. They can find somebody, you have to find people's strengths and weaknesses and use them.
Yeah, but I feel they're all weak. Nobody can fucking, even the ones that are, I can trust somewhat.
That's a little narcissistic. If you think that only you are capable of doing those things, and yeah, there's some things I'll give it to you. There's some things that you are the only person who's capable of. But on the other hand, there's other. Dale is capable of doing a lot. I know he's gone now. You know, Chini, I know would do anything. You know what I mean? I would be willing to do it. And as far as the big part of it is the creative. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people were frustrated on the roster because there was the feuds and storylines just weren't going anywhere because your mind was elsewhere. You know what I mean? Your mind was elsewhere, and it still kind of is elsewhere, but you kind of come back a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, and I'm not gonna say that you're wrong, okay? But at the same time, it's okay. I'm gonna try to have a feud with Shamar and Bonifer, okay? And then the next day, we build up a feud with Shamar and Bonifer. And then the next taping, Shamar's there, Bonifer's not. Now what the fuck am I supposed to do? Then the next taping comes, Bonifer's there, Shamar's not. Now what the fuck am I supposed to do? So now I have them, I restarted them in different views with other people. And then they go, well, what happened to my storyline? Well, you weren't fucking here! My fault.
I mean, the only input I have for that is you can do build-up without having both of them there. You know what I mean? It's not like
but then they're only doing a promo.
That's true.
And
or maybe you have them doing, squash somebody, or you know what I mean?
But why is that interesting for my fans?
That's true.
Okay? Is that interesting to just watch Shamar go in there and do a couple moves on John Marzano? Like, that's not interesting.
I mean, I'd watch that.
And maybe there would be a few people that would say, yeah, I'd like to watch that. But I'm saying for the general audience, putting Shamar in there to throw a couple moves on Marzano and talk about, I'm going to beat up Bonifer, haha, with his lousy mic skills. You see where I'm going here?
A little bit better.
Yes, I'm trying to teach them, and I'm trying to nurture this roster, okay?
I know you got a lot on your plate.
But nobody wants to give me the credit. They all just want to give me, for anything that's bad that happens, it's Grim's fault. When you're in a match with Shamar and it's shit, it's Grim's fault. When you are in a match with Shamar and it's amazing, it's because of Onslaught and Shamar. I get no fucking credit for anything except the shit. I'm willing to take responsibility for everything. Because if a match goes on and it's shit, it's my allowing it to continue being shit. I should say, no, cut this. It's garbage. I can't present this to my audience. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes, you know why? I don't want to insult you.
Right.
I don't want to say that was fucking garbage. But you know what? I cut a match the other day from a show, and the fucking guy texted me and said, what happened to my match? And I replied, it was shit.
I've had that happen. Me and Hitman Jones had a match that was cut down to like 30 seconds. You know? Even WWE guys have it.
Right.
I'm not saying just Kid Badass and Zach Ballard are on the level of WWE superstars yet, even though they're parody, you know.
I know, but they're still learning.
Right.
And I want the audience to know that they're still learning, they're still in training.
There's so much difference between looking at guys like Hog and Nightmare and basically those two, and looking at Zach and Kid Badass.
Because they want to learn.
Yeah, and they don't have it in their heads that they know everything already. Right. I mean, like they're willing to learn, and they're progressive.
Right.
They're not great.
And they'll get there.
Right.
And like I said, I gave Joey Angelo. He was shit when he started.
It took him a long time.
And it did take him a long time to come around. And how many times did we powwow around and say, we gotta get rid of this kid, he's fucking terrible. And I said, but you know what? Maybe he might be useful for this. Let's keep him around. He's a nice kid. Whatever. And we've kept him around. And he grew into a star because we nurtured him. We taught him. And not just me. Everybody did. You know, whether it was Emerald, whether it was Cheney, whether it was you got in the ring, you worked with the kid, he learned, now he's pretty decent.
Yep.
You know, and that's what I'm looking to do with these other guys, Kid Badass and Zach. And they're going to take time. They're going to learn. But guess what? As soon as they learn, and then as soon as, oh, hey, you got to start an SWF? Cool. Now they're doing some SWF shows. And then they're not showing up to taping. And somebody at SWF says, good. The cruiserweight title at SWF. Now he's, well, I just walked in SWF. I got a title. Grim never did this for me. Fuck Grim. I'm not going to Grim's. I'm a superstar now. And then it's they forgot the fucking year.
That has happened in the past.
With almost everybody. And again, I'm an asshole for nurturing you, for taking you from a kid who didn't even know how to take a bump or run the ropes to making you an independent wrestling champion.
Correct.
You didn't go to wrestling school. You didn't pay $300 a month. You got it for free. You got ring time. You got training. You got brotherhood. You got fun. You got followers. But I'm the piece of shit.
And I'll put you over in this sense. When I first started coming around about a year ago, it's been almost a year yet that I've been coming around. I went to school and I tried out, and I didn't make it to the and literally I was like, what did I need? I need to get in better shape. So you allowed me to grow.
Oh, God, my eyes are burning so much, man. They're always burning. It's always when I'm trying to... Usually when I'm feeling like I'm almost gonna die. Or as I'm dying. That's like I'm making a bit of excuse.
As soon as guys get
You
to
know?
a certain level, then it's all of a sudden, I'm no good anymore. I'm a piece of shit. I'm holding them back. I'm making them do stupid
I haven't really been playing Dream Rumble at all. And now it's like really shit.
Fuck you, Grim. How come so-and-so
It was always pretty shitty, but you could still somewhat enjoy yourself and still so you can improve your skills way more. But not really.
When it stops being fun, you have stops fun, there's no fun, there's no fun. Why are I think people, if they're not having fun, and they're not happy with the direction, the general direction of the show, they're not going to come around. Right. I think that's some of it. I think some of the guys got big heads and think that they're better than the show.
Right. And I get the point where, okay, we're not having fun. But it's a fucking 100 degrees out. There's 30 guys there. And we have 12 matches. And, I'm booking things on the fly like this because I just thought of something. Hey, come on, over here. Come on, guys, shut the fuck up. I gotta do something. Like, I can see.
Like a film, like a show direct.
of this. Right. You know, but they walk off and they go smoke a cigarette. They disappear and go blah blah. Oh, I'm not needed right now. I'm leaving. Like, no, fucking be part of it.
And it's also, I think that's myself. It's all the more time you do, the more you get out of it.
Right.
I've been coming consistently.
Right.
For a long time, and it's paid off. Not only has it paid off for my training and my ability and everything, but it's paid off.
Think about this. You came once every other month. Okay? And you showed up.
I'd be Justice.
Yeah.
I'd just be like that guy that gets running a little scramble. And,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And what am I supposed to do with you? You're here once every other week. I can't build a story around you. I can throw you in a scramble. I'm going to use you. I'm going to give you opportunity. Even though I have no idea when you're coming. You just show up. But I say, oh, here, I like this guy. I'm going to throw him into something. And that's what I do. And I do that for everybody. No. Never does a guy show up and I say, I have nothing for you. Go on. Right. Have I ever done that to anybody? Because independent wrestling shows will do that.
Drinking. He did it to drinking.
All right, well, he was going to die.
Showed up. He was going to die.
He was going to die.
If he got in the ring with me, he was going to die.
That man, and I like him. Nice dude. I'm not trying to say anything bad about him. Okay? But like you said, that one day at the tryout, you almost died. It was too much for you. He's advanced age. Right.
He's how much older than me or you?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, he's a little older. He is in no type of physical condition whatsoever to be wrestling. He got into the heat the one day. The last time he ever did anything physical on the show, he was in the ring for 30 seconds. He was in his car, had his chest banged. And I said, no, right. No, I love you. You're a friend of mine, and I do not want to see you fucking drop dead doing a choke slam in my ring.
I'm not faulting you for that. I was just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Said I've ever done it before. I've ever you do it. The one time you
That wasn't because I didn't like him.
Right.
That wasn't because I didn't want to use him.
Do anything.
That was just because you are not healthy enough to participate physically in this show. That's it. So, and okay, and I do remember that. That was the one time I said, no, dude, I can't. Not today.
I have pictures. I mean, there's pictures that never got out of me and drinking next to each other.
Because everybody thought you guys
that we're not the same person.
But, you know, going forward here at GTS, what is your direction? Because, you know, everybody blames me. I have 30 fucking guys. I can't sit there and make a direction for everybody. You're the champion. Okay? And you're damn lucky that the Hero of Heroes has his sights set on something else. Because I have to tell you, Benny, I could cash in on you and take that championship. I could unify both titles.
So what's my direction?
Avoid grip. Is it avoid the cash in of the Hero of Heroes? Is it avoid putting that title on the line against me? And then you got your hands full with Emerald, right?
Yeah.
He accepted your challenge or whatever for next week.
Yeah, he give up. He injures himself during training. And he
He's insane. But that's where I see your direction. And as for right now, my direction is your direction is that.
yeah, that's all I can do.
Our paths crossed because we had some bullshit in the past. And we had a fucking amazing one-on-one match that you stole from me. Thank you. I had that. I won.
If you were the leader of time,
That old man. We covered this. The old man, the old from the warehouse. I ruined his business. He was trying to ruin mine. Watch the show you're on, shithead.
Okay.
All right, guys. So there he is. That's Onslaught. You're GTS champion. And if you're not down with that, Heroes is here, gracing you with his presence. I am Grim. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please like this video, subscribe, leave a comment if you can. You probably can't. Thank you, Screw too. But today, we are bringing you yet another GTS Wrestling Shoot interview. As I am sitting alongside an OG, I am sitting here with Lance Scaper, a man who started GTS Wrestling alongside of me, and it's going to.
We all know I'm extra, so I have to choose a head with big eyelashes. Yep, I think this is the one for me. Next, in clothing, I'm just going to go into tops, and I'm going to try to find something that really fits the whole look. See, we have a lot of chill clothes, lots and lots of different styles. If you can think
I'm letting you
Damn
know
it.
that. I'm letting you know right off the bat. Bleep me. But let me get this off my chest, right? So, I have been doing this. I've been involved with wrestling for almost 17 years. You know, I had hiatuses, you know, and
We all do.
yeah, exactly. We have hiatuses. You know, my hiatuses wasn't even injury related. It was just because I was with a girl who didn't like me wrestling. Thank God I have Mrs. Common now, and then she's totally for it. You know, my son's totally for it, so that's a good thing.
Don't cover your mouth when you talk.
Oh, sorry. But what?
Pete talked like he had penises in his mouth. People said, I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Well, yeah, he did sound kind of muddled, but anyways. What gets me now, and I love this guy to death. You know, he's a friend. I actually call him a friend, and I don't have many friends to tell you the truth. So he's one I call a friend. But there's some people on the roster that make GTS a joke.
Like,
how am I gonna do this without calling people out?
no, you have to call them out. Why not?
Like,
That's why we're here.
Hog.
Why does he make it a joke?
Because he walks around. He won the U.S. title. You know, good for him. But he walks around like he's, you know, like he runs the joint. You have Jimmy with his inflated ego, thinking that he's so much better than everybody else. Now I know he went to school, and he does have heart. But the fact is, you got to stop swinging off Rob Fury's nutsack. You know, I have nothing against Rob Fury. You know, I respect him as a promoter. But what gets me is that this dude is constantly writing the next big thing to him. He wrote you for like, what, 3 years?
Who?
Jimmy?
Jimmy?
Yeah. 3.
Well, let's back up to Hog for a second. I don't see that in Hog at all.
But the way I see it is that when he won remember the redo Rumble?
Yeah.
The way he no-sold Vlad pretty much the entire time that Hog was in there?
I don't remember. I mean, there's so much going on. You know, I'm trying to babysit 50 guys.
I'm going to get to that. I'm actually going to get to
like,
that, too.
I can't babysit 50 guys.
I'm gonna
you know, if I see something major, I see it, whatever. You know, sometimes things, I miss them.
Yeah.
And you guys tell me, oh, did you see this? Did you see that?
I have beaten every great wrestler alive today. You ain't got what it takes anymore.
Like, Hog he's new.
Yeah.
He's learning. He will self-admittedly tell you he's dumb, and he kind of needs to be babysat. He will self-admittedly tell you that. And, like, I'm giving the dude the benefit of the doubt, and if he messes something up, and somebody complains to me about him, I tell him straight up. Like, bro, you're messing this up. Bro, you're messing me up. And he's always humble about it and apologizes and tries to fix it.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't have a problem with the guy. If he told me F myself, I know what I'm doing, it's different.
Yeah, I understand that, you know, Hog's trying to train. I get that. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, you know, there are 3 types of people, or 3 types of learner. There's the ones that read from books, there's the ones that actually have to watch and learn, and there's the people who have to get hands-on. Mine is, I have to watch and I have to get hands-on. That's why I learned a lot about wrestling. It was a lot of
Wrestling
watching.
has to be hands-on learning.
Yeah.
You have to get in the ring, you have to take the bumps, you have to take 50 bumps to get something right.
Yes.
It's just the nature of it.
Yeah, and that's the way I am. You know, like if I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? If I'm not suitable at the moment for to wrestle, then I'm like, all right, you know, I'll sit out, I'll watch, you know, and I'll do shadow lockups, you know, or like ghost lockups. You know, I'll do the movements of like I'm gonna do a lockup into a wrist lock, into a hammer lock, whatever. So this way I can get my foot placement now because I need work on that. I'm not perfect. I'm not in the least. I am not the most perfect person ever. I'm not the greatest wrestler. I don't even consider myself good. I consider myself adequate. But I know what I'm doing, to where I wouldn't put him in danger. I wouldn't put anybody else in danger that I'm in the ring with. Mm-hmm. But going back to Hog, as we were saying, you saw Shamar's shoulder. Mm-hmm. Hog sandbagged Shamar and pulled his shoulder out.
Right.
And that to me is unsafe because you even said it. You said it yourself that if you're in a move or if you're in a ring, you know, if you know how to do a move, and someone says, "Hey, do this move or take this move," you take the move.
Right. If you can, I mean, if you can,
If
you know.
can.
Hog knows how to take a spear.
Right.
He knows it. I've seen him take spears.
Right.
But the way that he handled that one was like, what was so different?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then,
he like didn't go down or whatever.
yeah, he like just planted on his butt.
Yeah.
And I'm like really trying to refrain from cursing, by the way.
Yeah.
Really trying. So
It was odd, but people make mistakes.
it's and I understand that. All right, and then you go to like I said, going back to Jimmy, right? I know the kid has heart. I know he wants to do this, but the thing is that he still needs to work on his basic fundamentals, selling, like his move lift, his move set. And you saw that in the chat on like how I went off on him, and the fans are even calling him out on that sort of thing. I actually read all the comments from each video. I get tweets and endless tweets of saying, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see this and that and that and that? Blah, blah, blah. I see it.
Right.
And then I'm thinking to myself, they're right. They're right. Because, and that's another thing. If you can't sell to the fans, then how are they going to believe you? Like, how is your peers going to feel if your fans call you out on it?
Right.
Like, speaking of fans calling out, Joey Angelo. That dude, I have so much respect for. When he first joined, he was terrible.
Right.
Absolutely garbage.
Right.
But he gets in the ring.
He's learning.
He's learning.
He's busting his ass.
He's busting his ass.
And he's not complaining.
You tell him to say, hey, you tell him it's like, hey, we're doing A, B, and C, and we're going to go to D at the end. He's like, all right, what do you want me to do in between? You just tell him, we're doing this, and this.
I said to him, I want to do a big stunt. I said, I'm going to stack up 6 tables, and I'm going to jump off the top of the 2-story house, and I need to put somebody through a table.
He would say, I would do it.
He goes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? He would do it.
Yeah.
And when it sucks and he got hurt, and I told him we got to do that again tomorrow, he'd go, all right.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's a wrestler.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? And that's the thing that happens with wrestling is that you get injured. Like, when I did my match with Cletus at Gromania 2 years, was it 2 years ago now? 2 years ago. When he powerbombed me from the inside to the outside ring, that was actually career-shortening injury that I got. Because that's what separated my disc, because we didn't know that there was a root underneath that table.
Right.
So when I landed, literally, that shifted my discs. But I still came back, and I still wrestle, and I'm still being booked. And I'm very humble to be, by your side helping you with this.
Right.
Anytime you call me up, you say, hey, Will, I need your help with something, or can you do this, or can you do that? Yeah. I'm there.
I consider you, like you said, a friend.
Yeah, and
not that I have any issue with the guys, you know what I mean? But it's more just the local guys that I hang out with you guys because like Tony Cini now lives in my old house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so. It's I can hang out with him. He's close to my house, whatever. I hang out with him.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And certain people I do hang out with outside of wrestling. You are one of them.
Yeah, and before you came last Sunday, Vlad and I had an hour-long conversation, and he brought up so many good points. And not only that, but then after Kurt Bell quit and came back, what he said made a lot of sense, and a lot of things, and even Tony Emerald's retirement speech, they all made a lot of sense.
Right.
And this has been eating at me since Sunday.
Okay.
Right.
And I know you wanted to say something, and I cut you off. Exactly. We had to move on to the birthday party. It wasn't no offense.
And that's fine. That's why I texted you. Said I need to get this off my chest.
All right, say it.
All right. So Vlad brings up the point that you have guys that are in GTS, and nobody wants to put in the time. No one wants to put in the work. No one wants to train. Now I have a bloody finger. Right. I cut my finger Saturday. And yet again, I'm in the ring practicing punches with my left hand. Philly Mike Swanson's right behind me, running the ropes, hitting turnbuckle, hitting the buckles. And we're the only two who's doing that. So even though I have this, and I was afraid to open this back up, which by the way it did today, but I'm in there. I'm still trying to work because I have that match with Swanson and Marksman on Friday.
Okay.
On the Indies, and that's what I'm getting to. So you have all these guys that. They don't put in the time. They don't put in the work. They want, they want this, and this, in GTS. But yet again, when SWF rolls around, or ECPW, or UWC, it's like, hey, Grim, can you get me on the SWF show? Hey, Kama, can you get me on the ECPW show? Hey, Cletus, can you get me on the UWC show?
Right.
They don't hone their craft in GTS. where everything can be.
You have that ability to get in there, to practice.
Exactly.
To, learn the stuff that if I tell the guys all the time, there's a difference between, do you want to show up and wrestle on GTS and just be a YouTube guy and what have you, or are you doing this because you want to work independent wrestling, you want to make it to WWE one day? And if you want to make it to WWE one day, you got to be working a hell of a lot harder than you are.
Yes.
And especially if you want to work live shows too, you got to work a hell of a lot harder than you are. You should not be doing live shows unless you're in a ring at least twice a week.
Exactly. I don't have I don't have the time to go into to go into a ring twice a week.
I mean, unless you're Batista.
Yeah, exactly.
That's different.
But I do attend ECPW school because Gino Caruso gave me an honorary scholarship to attend his school and to train there whenever I want to. Which I have a lot of I have respect for that.
Right.
But it's still the fact is that and actually, you know what? Let's back up for a second. Did you know that I started training in 2002, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Did you know that it was 6 years later that Kamikaze was actually born?
No.
2008. For 6 years of wrestling, I didn't have a name.
Yeah.
I was just some guy.
Right. Practicing, doing little spots, but not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And that's how it was when you broke in the business.
Yes.
A lot of times you went years before you even had a match.
Yeah. It was 6 years. And when I met my former promoter, Ace Winger, in NMWA, he said, do you have any wrestling experience? I said, yes. I started training in 2002. I was on hiatus. I went to school in 2005. I joined the military. And now here we are in 2008. And I still want to get back into the business. And he said, I want to know what you got. Him and I wrestled a shoot match, and all it basically was chaining. Mm-hmm. I know how to chain. I'm not the greatest in it, but I do know how to do it. And we chained for like 5 minutes, and he says, "You're on the show." And I still didn't have a name. It wasn't until my buddy Hardcore Havoc said, "Why don't we call you Kamikaze?" And that's when the name was born. For anybody who asks that question. But these guys, they want to jump ahead because they don't know what it was like back in the day. Right. With NWS, I had to hand Dapper, I had to hand him a resume, I had to give him video, I had to tell him who trained me, I had to give him, credentials. Yeah, proof. And today, it's so much easier.
You have to say a lot of it too, falls back on the promoter.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because now I'm the promoter of GTS.
Yes.
I'm going to put a guy in a ring. I'm going to put a guy before a crowd. I'm going to put a guy before you guys on YouTube. I want to make sure he's not going to shit the bed and be terrible. You know what I mean? A lot of times, if I say, I don't think this guy knows a lot what he's doing, and, he's still learning, whatever, he's going to be in a short match, he's going to be in a squash match, he's going to be in some small skit. He's not going to be main eventing Gremomania.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So, the same thing with these other promoters. Like, I get people onto SWF. You get people on to ECPW, right? Like, we have to look at ourselves.
Yes.
And say, do these people deserve to be there?
Exactly.
Should I bring them on?
Yeah, exactly.
I tell people no all the time. I say, look, I'm going to be honest with you. You're not ready. And then you know what happens? Under 3 other letters somewhere else, they're wrestling.
Exactly my point.
It's not my problem.
So...
It's not GTS. It's not SWF. It's not my problem.
Exactly, because you want to put people on there to make you look good. You don't want to put people on there to make you look like an asshole.
Right.
Exactly what I do.
Because if they go out there
and suck,
and they suck and they shit the bed, who booked this guy?
Exactly.
I want to say, oh well, Grim brought this guy and we like him, and that's happened with people.
Exactly.
And they get booked more. And then they get booked outside of me, where now I'm not even the guy getting them on the show anymore. Now the promoter himself is bringing them onto the show.
Yes.
Because they impressed them. I brought them there, they impressed them, they kept their job. Then there's other guys, I brought them, and they said, we don't like this guy. Don't use him anymore. And then they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that.
Yeah, like I booked Jay Evans, Tony Cini, Hollywood Hooligan, Landscaper. They ask me, the promoter asks me all the time, can you get Jay Evans? Can you get Landscaper? Can you get Hollywood Hooligan? Can you get Bonifer? And Tony Cini?
They like that.
Because those guys busted their ass, especially Jay of all of them. Mm-hmm. Jay and Bonifer, who have had no school. And they have character, they have the moves, they can get the crowd the way they want them, whether they're heel or face. And
they're students of the game.
yeah, they're students, and they're good students. So the way I see
Let's bottom line this here as we're running out of time. Go ahead.
that everything that if you really want to be in this business, you need to work at it, because I can go on Twitter right now and I can find 15, 20, maybe even 50 people that would trade their right arm and leg to have a spot on GTS.
My DMs are full of them.
Yes.
My inbox and my email is full of them. And no matter whatever indie show I go to, at least 6 people come up to me. Indie guys from the locker room that want to be on, whatever. I have people that you wouldn't believe that have notoriety, that you know the names, that, hey Grim, I want to be on your show. Hey Grim, I want to be on your show. A lot of times they're not because I can't afford them. But they want to be part of something special, but I don't expect them to fly out and stay in a hotel room and me not give them anything. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? But they want that. They see the platform. They understand the platform. They know how good it will be for their brand. And they want to be part of GTS. And it makes my day. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got, guys that just want to show up and just goof off and not give a crap. I have issue with it too, and I get pissed off, and I'm like, yo, pay attention, be ready to work, or just go home.
Yeah.
And I've said it before, or just go home. And no one has yet walked out on me in that respect. They've walked out other times. But when I say, guys, get it together or go home, nobody goes home. So they want to get it together. We just got to make sure we get them together.
Exactly.
So we're going to work on that.
Yeah, so the last thing I have to say is that, and this even goes for the roster, so if I offend you, I don't care, really, because this is just me being Will. This isn't kamikaze right now. But if you really, really want to be in this business, because, like I said, I've been in this for 17 years, but who the hell am I? I don't know a thing or two. I don't know how to run a match. I don't know. Like, we didn't have great matches. We didn't. Not at all.
I've had better.
Yeah, I've had better, too. I can wrestle a John Cena figure like you did, and I'd suck. Ooh. Yeah, what do I know? But anyways, if you don't want to be in here, leave. Don't be a hype man, and don't say that you want to do this professionally and you don't put in the work, because that's crap. I still do this. I'm 32 years old. I work full time. I work 6 days a week, and yet again, I still come to GTS. My girl is really pissed at me because I don't go there. I don't go there Sundays early because I go to GTS because I have a love for this business. I would die for this. I would do this until I cannot do it anymore.
I'm the same way.
And it pisses me off to no extent that you guys won't do the work. All you want is everything handed to you. I didn't have anything handed to me. When he put that YouTube title on me, what did I tell you?
You said, I don't think I'm ready.
I don't want it because I didn't earn it.
I felt you did. I thought it made sense at the time.
Yeah, but I didn't earn it. I, in my heart, didn't earn it. I have too much pride. Didn't I actually text you not too long ago and say I want to have an IC title run?
Yeah.
But I want to earn it.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in #1 contenderships, or chicken tenders, the way we do it here. Right? I am willing to work to get a #1 contendership, whether it be for the US belt, the IC belt, the GTS belt, or the YouTube belt.
Right.
Because I work for what I get. I don't want.
And what did I tell you? I said, well, you said I want that IC title run. I said, well, no offense, you're kind of not in the running for it at all right now. And you said, well, I want to work for it. And I said, all right, get to work.
Exactly.
And here we are.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. Is I want to work for it. I had nothing handed to me. I don't want anything handed to me. I never did, and I never will, because I always work for what I have.
Facts.
Exactly. And that's the way it should be in this business. The business does not owe you a goddamn thing. You owe the business.
Right.
And that's all I have to say.
And that's it, guys. Thanks for joining us here today on GTS Shoot Interviews. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. And if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you. Eat, yeah! What's up, everybody? It's Grim, and this is a huge shoot interview today with Pete Corvus. Pete Corvus, first time back in months here on GTS. We've had a lot of back and forth problems, a lot of issues, and we want to resolve them today. Now, Some things kayfabe, some things shoot, but we're going to talk about it. And the first thing we're going to talk about is you got your dumb ass fired from SWF, and you basically, after that, you just quit. Like, 'cause you were back at GTS. I did not fire you.
No, you didn't. No, I pretty much quit wrestling for.
And why? Did you get your sand in your vagina or something? Like, tell us why you had to deprive the audience of the Pete Corvus they know and love just because SWF fired you.
So, you know this, that I never wanted to work for SWF. It wasn't a big, like, it wasn't like, it's just not a place that I wanted to be.
Right.
So, I got booked, and I got booked, and I got booked. I was like, okay, cool, this is kind of fun.
It's a great place to work.
It's not.
SWF gets a bad rap. SWF is awesome.
Right. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I judged the book by its cover.
Okay.
That's my problem.
Which is fair.
Yeah. So I judged the book by its
that.
cover, and I judged Rob by his cover, and I based Rob off of a Balls Mahoney.
A shoot interview from Balls Mahoney.
Not even the shoot interview. When he's in the middle of the ring and he's like, nobody works for Rob Fury. He's a terrible businessman. Yeah. And I was like, oh, Rob Fury must suck. Oh, he's the worst.
That was I think a 10 years ago promo from Balls Mahoney.
About maybe
trashing Rob Fury.
Yeah.
No, I think Balls Mahoney's been dead for 5 years.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so God, I've been that long.
But let's talk about why you got fired. Right. You got fired in a group chat.
I got fired in a group chat for not wanting to flyer.
Now, when you're a part of an independent wrestling promotion, you're expected to do some promotion, and you're expected to pay dues when you're getting into the business. Now, you like to think, I'm Mr. Justified Ego, I'm on GTS, I'm a huge star on Pete Corvus, but in the wrestling world, independent wrestling, you are a noob. You're a noob, and you have dues to pay, especially in the eyes of the veterans.
Right.
So therefore, when they say, Pete, we need you to come down and throw up some flyers at some convenience stores, and you're like, fuck you, I'm not doing it.
No, I said I was away for the weekend. That was my problem. I was away for the weekend.
You said something about, like, if you expect me to come down there and put up your stupid little flyers, I'd rather just not be here. And they're like, well,
hold on,
fuck you.
Hold on,
bye.
I have the messages. Because I think I sent them to you.
Well, you know what? Just sit and text them to me, and then I'll overlay them so people can read them.
I have to find it.
And then that way we don't have to...
I said, are you helping with any rentals? Sadly, no. I leave for tonight after work, and I won't be available all weekend. And I said, where did it go? There's more here. Oh, it's this one. I work on the weekends normally. I just can't lose money to take off the flyer. I promote my matches much like everyone else does. I don't plan on driving an hour and a half from Brooklyn to walk around shopping, I meant to put center. Posting flyers all day either. Are you going to pay my gas and tolls to come from upstate New York this weekend? Are you going to pay for my gas and tolls and my missed days at work because you want me down to the flyer? I didn't think so.
Well, why say that when you can say nothing?
Right.
Which you can literally say, unfortunately, I can't do it this weekend, but maybe next weekend I'd be able to. You made it act like, fuck you guys, I'm too cool to put out flyers, so I'm not doing it.
I went much further than I should have with it.
Because too stupid.
Because I'm stupid, and I don't think when I'm tired. It was like 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I had just woken up to walk my dogs, open a text, hey, you coming down to flyer? No, unfortunately, I'm unavailable this weekend. I probably should have just closed it down, went back to sleep, and just let the messages pile up. But the notifications annoyed me that I just...
This is a lesson that many people can learn, and it can apply not just to wrestling, but to everything. Shut your mouth! Ears open, mouth shut. And you'll avoid yourself a lot of problems because...
I used to do good with that, and then I don't know what happened. And then I got too big for myself.
Yeah, see? And that's the thing. You posted something on Twitter the other day, and I was just like, I wanted to jump through Twitter and choke you.
What did you post on Twitter?
Well, we were talking about the Tommy Salami situation, and you said something about our egos are deserved. What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Who says that?
I didn't see that.
Who says that? Finn Balor wouldn't say that. Roman Reigns wouldn't say
I
it.
don't think that I meant it like...
Our egos are deserved?
I can't definitely not take it out of context, but it was definitely written poorly.
Alright, first of all...
I'm not good at Twitter, obviously, as you can see, I'm on my 5th one already.
Yes, but the point is you're also not good at verbalizing.
No.
I think you have diarrhea of the mouth.
I like to say what comes to mind, but that's not always good for me.
Think before that. That's called mouth brain. The mouth goes before the brain. You do have mouth.
No, I have mouth brain. I don't
The
have...
mouth goes before the brain.
I don't have...
Oh crap, shouldn't have said that. Oh crap, shouldn't have said that.
Pete, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not gonna...
Why say that when you can say nothing?
I probably should have. And, like, obviously, like, going into it, like, after the fact, I was like... And then Rob was like, yeah, you're no longer welcome on the shows, you're off the shows. So it's like, yeah, all right, whatever, no big deal. This will, like, boil over. Like, Dalton got the treatment. This happened to Dalton, like, 8 times. Like, I think I can get through this, no big deal. Nope, I'm still here. And
Yeah. Well, you know, Dalton
May.
has probably done some of the worst stuff that I've ever seen anybody do. But he still keeps getting brought back. You want to know why? Because he's a very good manipulator. Dalton will drop back and, I'm so sorry, I will do this for you, I will do that for you.
Right.
I know you're a busy man and you don't have time for my shenanigans. The way he apologizes, he comes across as genuine.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you almost feel bad for the dumbass, and you almost realize, okay, maybe he's half a brained idiot.
And then you're like, oh, wow, he's doing so well. And then he goes and does it again.
Yeah, and the thing is, he will come and do the grunt work and kind of pay that due.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you won't. You'll be like, I'm not doing this.
I honestly...
You know? And, all right, so let's get to GTS, for example, because you come and go to GTS for so long. You're one of the fan favorites. You're an OG, and I catch crap all the time. Why don't you bring Pete back? Why don't you bring Pete back? You guys have to understand, there's a very, very few people from GTS that are fired that are not there because of me. Everyone else that you don't see, let's say, for example, KC Navarro, Kid Christian. You guys love him. You want him on GTS. He's welcome to come. There's no heat between us. He's just, right now, he's injured. He's usually booking, getting traveled all over the country. He just doesn't have time to appear on GTS. What is your issue?
Work.
Work
Is always, that is 100% my issue, always. Work is...
And there you have
Work
it.
is my issue.
So he can't come.
Work
So it's not my fault.
Fridays, and usually I work Sunday mornings, which is why...
I do the best I can to bring him down here, but I can't.
You text me all the time.
I do. Pete, come to GTS. Pete, come to GTS. Do
And then you won't tweet at me, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so bad. And then, like...
Well, you know, the thing is, like, well, now this is the issue that I had now with your friend, and we're going to talk about this. Tommy Salamo.
Oh, I thought you did. I didn't think you were going to mention it by name.
Yeah. No, I don't care. The thing is, I love Tommy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Too.
But the thing is with Tommy...
Tommy's worse than me.
Well, apparently lately. The issue I had with Tommy, and Tommy is one of those who is not on GTS currently because of me, because of him. Tommy screwed Tommy.
I thought you were going to say because of me. I was like, what did I do? Oh,
No, Pete screwed Pete, but that's out of SWF. You're fine with me.
Yeah, I'm fine.
We have no heat.
SWF is the only place that, like, fired me. Everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm place else was like, yeah, I just, like, not showing up anymore.
But Tommy screwed Tommy. Now, we're going to talk about that for a second. I can get your point of view and what your thought on it. Now, Tommy... This is my issue with Tommy, and there was the breaking point, the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. However, there was other things where Tommy was not on the show for 2 straight months, but yet Tommy was in the chat, micromanaging things, commenting about things. You're not there, okay? So to comment when an incident happens backstage, and then he has to throw in his 2 cents. Well, you should do this, and you should do that, and this guy this, and this guy that. You're not there. You don't know what happened.
Right.
Okay? And then questioning my booking decisions of why this guy's going to be here and why that guy's going to be there, and constantly trashing on it. And then when we tried to sign up everybody on the cameos, and Cameo kicked them off because they weren't famous enough, and he's laughing about it. Like,
Cameo keep people up?
Yeah. You have to have a certain level of popularity on social media to participate on Cameo.
That's why I lost the first one.
Yeah, and they said, well, this guy's only got 800 followers. Even though he's on GTS and fans might want him, he's only got 800 followers. We want somebody who's going to get
anything for them.
Right. I sell a couple cameos a week. You know what I mean? Therefore, I have enough social media popularity. You probably would. Tommy probably would. Yeah, but someone like Justice D. DeVille perhaps does not. So they kicked people off, and Tommy's like, I'm like, why would you laugh at your fellow friends on GTS? You're laughing.
No, I'm laughing at your laughing.
Because that's what he's doing. Like, why? And then the straw that broke the camel's back was, I had him booked for 3 things at Grimomania. 3 things.
Yes.
Super Pop Battle Royal, which was a rumble, really.
Sure.
I had him booked in as one of the 6 in the Food in the Fridge ladder match. and he was supposed to be the special guest referee for Me vs. Vlad.
Right.
Right? And when I took him out of the food in the fridge, because there was 6 other guys who were showing up consistently every day, working their asses off to get a spot at Grimomania, how am I supposed to tell one of those guys that they can't have a spot?
I can't do that because Tommy's coming back for the 800th time.
Right.
Have a spot.
Like, and the thing is, like, I book things on the fly. You know how I do.
Yeah.
Marcus Schuyler versus Kirby was not booked for Grimomania, but it happened inside of the steel cage because they happened to be there and it made sense at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Tommy, it's not worth it for me to drive all the way down to Brooklyn just for a battle royal. And I'm like, first of all, it's honoring my grandfather, so that's a spit in my face.
Right.
And second of all, you're telling me that it's not worth it for you to show up for 2 big spots at Grimomania. Spoiler, I was going to have him win. Because I was going to have him win the Battle Royal. Because that was an OG thing. You know what I mean? He's from Super Pop's house. You know what I mean? Like, and he's a big dude, and he's popular. I thought people would pop for that, and what have you. But for me in my head, now he didn't know that, but for me in my head, to be like, yeah, I'm going to put my friend Tommy, I want him to win that to honor my grandfather, and then for him to tell me that it wasn't worth coming, I'm like, then I don't want you on my show at all.
Right.
A bunch of things built up. And then that.
Of course, that's...
Yeah.
Right.
And I haven't talked to him since. And he literally texted me. Apparently people have said he's texted me an apology. I haven't even read it. You can look on my phone.
I read the apology already. Yeah, I read it.
Okay. Well, whatever.
It's not...
I mean, I'm sure, you know...
So, he apologized because he knew that he did wrong.
Not because he meant it.
No, he meant it, but I don't think that he thought that he was going to get fired. Like... So, like, me and Tommy J, Bonifer Joe, everyone that's been in the yard, like in the first yard, we feel a bit invincible. Kind of. At least I do. Me and Tommy do. We feel a bit invincible when it comes to GTS. We can come and go as we please. We can say and do what we want because
we're OGs.
We're from the yard. We've been through everything. We know, like...
Our egos are deserved.
Our egos are deserved, right? Don't follow me on Twitter. And all that. But I think Tommy... Not that it's a problem, but I think you took what he said differently than what he meant. Because I think he was like... I don't think he looked at your grandfather like, Tommy does not disrespect anyone he likes. He knows that's not a thing at all. I'm not just defending Tommy, I'm defending Tommy. That's the way it comes off. Right, and that's it's a New York attitude, but it's not. It's just I think it's a bit of an overreaction on both sides. I don't think that
I underrated. Because you know, when I got that message, I was walking around Target, and I was fucking seething. Shopping. I don't think you're right, but I don't necessarily think you're wrong. Like if he was in front of me, I probably would have lunged at him.
Of course. Fair enough. But I don't think you've been fired for that. Everything else.
Everything else. Like, it was that on top of everything else.
Right. So everything else, like, being built up, that's fine. And I understand why you did it, but I don't think that you was fired for that. Like, if... That was the last straw. Like, if he said, hey...
And I told him 2 weeks before that, dude, you're being a real dick.
And me and Mike were saying that, too. Me and Swanson were telling him that, like,
that he was being...
Like, you're getting yourself fired. Like, you're trying to get fired. He's like, I don't care anymore. I've been there forever. He won't fire me and all that. That's not what he said.
But that attitude you can't have.
Right. But, I don't know. I feel like maybe summertime we can, bring him back. Big move. Tommy's back. I don't know. I think that, like, he understands what he did. He knows what he did was wrong, and what he said was wrong. Not what he did. What he said was wrong, and he understands that. And I think the apology comes from finally getting caught. Finally being fired and all that, but I don't think that like he lost his love for wrestling too.
Yeah,
like
I could see that. Like, right. I just felt like
he doesn't tweet anything about it anymore. Like, we'll go to shows, like, yeah, whatever, it's wrestling.
Yeah,
that's what I do. Like, hey, wrestling, yeah, cool, whatever.
Well, see, this is the thing. if you want to be part of wrestling and you want the guys, see, there's a difference too. There's guys who just want to show up to do GTS, and then there's guys who are, most of them now at this point, who want to do live events.
Right.
You know, and I say, listen, there's a difference. If you want to show up to GTS, you know what I mean, we can cut if you screw up. You know what I mean? You don't have to be fully trained. I'm not going to put you in there with a guy from the independent scene, you know what I mean, while you learn and what have you. A guy like Justice, for example. He doesn't go to wrestling school. He's not trained. He's learning. He shows up. He does what I ask of him. You know what I mean? He's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not looking at me like, oh, hey, can you get me on SWF? You know what I mean?
He knows his limits.
Right.
Right.
And, you know, maybe one day he'll be good enough to get on SWF, and I'll get him on SWF. But until then, I have all these other guys who all want to be part of live shows, whether it's SWF and me getting them on, or Modern Vintage, or whatever other shows they're all doing. Put in the work to be a pro wrestler then, if you want to do live events, not just a GTS performer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Difference.
Right. And I know you and Tommy want to do shows, but you're not going to a school. You're not coming down to GTS to train. And the thing is, you get in there and it looks like crap. I'm not going to lie. That match I saw that you guys did at Crossroads was garbage.
That was terrible.
Horrible.
I hated it.
And that was because you guys hadn't been in a ring in 2 months. You can't be a wrestler and say, I want to do live shows if you're not getting in a ring at least once or twice a week. I'm sorry.
The last match before that was the Regal Rumble.
And that's not really a match. That's
yeah, and I literally got in there, then a clothesline was out, and I left. That was it. That was all I did.
right.
Yeah, and then I had one more match after that, and then I quit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my big plan, was like Mega Slam was going to be the final show that I did.
So what are your plans for the future of Pete Corvus? Are you back in GTS? Are you going to be coming regularly, or is you're still going to be a per appearance when I feel like it kind of guy?
I'm going to do the Undertaker. I'm going to pull the Undertaker Legends contract.
Yeah.
You book me, and I come down. So the next couple weeks, I'm off on Sundays as of right now.
Okay. So you should be showing up.
So I should.
So guys, you can expect Pete Corvus to be. I'd like for you.
I should be in the next few episodes.
Let's do a run with you through Suck-a-Slam. Through August. Try to be
I'd
regular.
like to, but that's the thing. Like now, my summer schedule is coming up with the other job,
Okay.
and if I can get the days off, that'd be great. At least work in the mornings, and I can show up in the afternoon for the tapings. That'd be nice.
So there you have it. We're going to try to have Pete Corvus back here on the show. That's what we're hoping for. We guys, we'll hope you enjoyed the shoot interview here. Stay tuned for more from Pete Corvus.
Oh, boy.
And if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you. Eat it, yeah!
It's like he has to go by whatever they say in the ring. He has to go by them.
What's up, everybody? It's Grim coming at you once again with a GTS shoot interview. Pew, pew, pew. And look who's in the hot seat, the most requested one of all, my mortal enemy. I've invited into my basement to sit next to me. Oh, we're sort of friends now. It's weird, but we're still fighting each other at SWF.
If that's the case, then I'm Shredder and you're the Ninja Turtles. Because you're about to get sliced.
Loser.
Come on, bro. Do you not see my
So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the lightning round, where we're going to ask you about the roster.
Oh, God.
And we want to know your honest-to-God thoughts.
Honestly, got thoughts?
Yes.
Random?
Random. I'm just gonna go through them, and we're gonna start right off because you were the height of contention when I had someone else sitting in this hot seat.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've seen every one of them, and
Yeah.
I think there's only one person who didn't talk about me, and all he did was talk about himself. But
That
that's
should be.
obviously. But literally every shoot interview, somebody has talked about me,
Right.
in one way or another.
And
it wasn't. Some of them weren't deliberate.
And the person we're gonna start off with is the one that I may have seen, may have not seen. Francesca Chini, come on, spill it. We want to know. How did the spaghetti taste? Answer the question. Answer the question.
You want to know how the spaghetti tastes? I don't know. You're gonna have to find out for yourself. I
might.
I didn't do anything. I saw that.
What?
I saw that. She was very disgusted just by you putting your arm around her. I've touched her several times on video, and she has not gotten as disgusted as she did one time
All right, easy.
with you.
Easy.
But no, Francesca, I like her. She's a good person. She definitely wants to do more in this business. And I
Oh,
think that
I thought you said she definitely wants to do me in this one.
Well, I don't know if she wants to do me. If she does, like, I'm sorry, Sheenie. I'm just perfect.
Whoa. So what you're trying to say is you would break that bond between you and Tony.
Whoa, I didn't say that. I said if she wanted to, it's because I'm perfect. Not that I would do it because I'm a 10 and she's like a 7.5.
See, I'm always of the mindset, if she wants it, it's my duty and obligation to give it to her.
No, see, I believe the opposite.
Fortunately, nobody wants it.
I believe that the men control the situation.
Okay.
Okay, because we decide whether it ends or doesn't end.
Right.
Right? It can go on for an hour.
True.
2 hours.
True.
We decide when it ends. So you got to be a 10 to be with a 10.
Goddamn. Jay the Key Evans.
Oh my god, I fucking love Jay. Jay is the secretest homo you will ever see in your life.
Why is he always trying to touch my penis?
Not only that, but he always likes to show his penis.
Yeah.
He does. He just
Don't follow him on Snapchat. It's
not at
Dick
all.
Pic City, bitch.
Well, I mean, he's definitely calmed down a lot.
Okay.
But, I mean... Even when you go out with him, every once in a while, if he's in your passenger seat, he'll just be like, "Yo, Bale." You look over and he's just, "Oh, well, I will experiment with you, let you know whether you actually like it or not, buddy. Don't worry."
Bale is not only bi-curious, but he is bisexual.
Yes. And bipolar. Every kind of bi you can find.
You know the beautiful thing about bisexual is you'll bang anybody.
No, 10s. Any 10.
Tony Emerald. Understand this.
Listen, guys. Listen to me.
22 years in this business.
I love him to death. He's a great guy.
Kurt Bale's a good wrestler. Kurt Bale's a good wrestler. Trying to get the odd chance going.
He does some of the worst chants.
We've been making fun of him lately.
We have.
Genie's been leading that charge.
He sets himself up for it. He really does. He sets himself up for it.
I set myself up for bad chance.
Yes.
I set myself up for bad chance. I love Emerald, man.
I do too.
Why I want to reset?
Sometimes, not gonna lie, he can definitely be a dick.
In training.
Oh my god, dude.
Understand this. Alright, moving on. Landscaper.
Me and Lance are actually really good friends. I love Lance to death. I love him and his family. I'm actually like their godfather, apparently. They're like, not like blessed godfather, but like godfather by...
Wait a minute, he trusts you to be like some sort of father to his children?
Oh yeah, no, me and Lance have gone to several states together, vacations together.
Cancel this cringe. What? I said it.
Me and his wife are great friends. I'm just picking off to where we left off. So
Were you banging her too?
No. No, actually, Lance's sister, I banged her though.
We're putting that out there?
Yeah, we can put that out there.
It's out there.
It's out there. I banged Lance's sister.
God damn it. Alright, the bastard.
9.
The bastard Bonifer. Wait, I thought she had to be a 10.
Yeah, but at the time I was like a 9 because I was still a little heavy.
If you want
I
to
had to lose some weight. Yeah.
You have to be higher than a 9.
Perfect time.
The bastard Bonifer.
I like the kid. A little bit of a temper issue. I don't want to get on his bad side, that is for sure, and anybody else does not want to get on his bad side, because if you get in the ring with him, the chances of him wanting to do something or him actually doing something could happen.
He will shoot.
But he's a really cool dude.
And he will shoot on you.
I think he slept over my house once. No, he slept over.
Oh.
I have a big house.
Cletus Bailey.
He could be such a prick, but
Cleedle.
he's a pretty decent guy. I mean, I wanted to punch him in the face a lot.
Yeah, me too. How about Hollywood Hooligan? The man you've had many awards with in the ring.
So I see Elevate almost like mental exercises. It's like taking your brain to the gym. I'm seeing myself improve in different ways that I didn't know I could.
I write a lot in my job every single day. I'm trying to make a good impression with everyone I interact with.
When I'm trying to...
He's actually the reason, like, I am the actual reason he's even here.
Yes. Kurt Vale joined GTS.
Yep.
About a month later said, hey, I have a friend. He might want to... want to join too. It was
really good wrestler.
Hollywood
Man.
Hooligan.
He doesn't do indies, but he used to work with me on the indies before I got injured.
You know what I told Hollywood Hooligan today?
What? Oh, he actually showed up today?
Yeah, because, well, he asked me if I had any issues with him or his performance, because apparently some other people on the roster were getting...
Oh, no, I ragged on him.
And I said to him, well...
That doesn't mean definitely lazy. He's fucking lazy.
Well, I said to him, I wish I had more Hollywood Hooligans and a lot less of others. I mean, not you, but others. Justice, Tina Bells. I mean, if we're shooting.
I mean, performance-wise, I mean, is that my next one, Justice? Performance-wise, horrible.
I love him as a person.
I think he's way too hung up on the whole, he wants to work with Tony Chini and Francesca.
Well,
he always wants to match with them. I don't know why. Yeah, I get that. Like,
we've been there and done that.
It should have been done and over with.
Right.
Just get along already.
So, moving on. Jake Cage.
Fucking fat-ass cock motherfucker. Fuck Jake Cage. He's an awesome dude. No, seriously. Jake is actually one of my best friends on the show.
You mentioned his fat-ass
cock. Fat-ass cock is what we call it. Yeah, that's how we talk.
Why?
Because he's got a fat-ass cock. Jake's got a fat-ass cock. Like, listen, as dudes in a locker room, sometimes you just happen to see Jake's one of those guys who, like, no, you want to see my fat-ass cock? Here's my fucking fat-ass.
He says to me one day, he goes, it ain't long, but it's like a stack of pancakes.
Yeah. He goes, like, bro, it's like 3 tuna cans stacked. Realistically, that's like 4 inches long. Fuck this thing, it's like 6 around.
The intervention club. Alright. Tony Chini.
Oh my god, so many things I can say about Tony.
Considering that you've defiled his relationship.
Like twice.
I know, I've seen your cards twice in a row.
Well, not that defiling, there was a different defile.
Oh, okay.
I like him. Chini's good. He's a little weird, a little out there. He's definitely different, but he's a great mind. Great mind for the business.
Right.
I appreciate his hustle. I appreciate his hustle. He definitely puts in a lot of hard work. Just chill the fuck out.
How about Filthy Mike Swamp Ass?
Filthy Mike Swamp Ass. Like, I hated him. I did.
Yes.
When I first met him, I hated him.
Yes.
I was like, he's a tryhard. Like, you come here and, like, you're trying to do all these big spot-looking stuff, and you can't. You physically had no capability of doing this stuff. And it showed with cut. He's getting a lot better. He's definitely putting in a lot of work, and I appreciate that, but I still...
He's improved a lot.
He has
when
improved a lot.
First, he was on the show for a couple
Promos
weeks.
are on point.
Yeah. He was on the show for a few weeks, and then he was so bad, like, I didn't fire him, but he knew that he was gone.
He needed training.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna leave.
He literally showed up with flag one day, right?
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go get training, and then I'm gonna come back. And I never thought I'd see him again. Honestly, he showed up, completely new dude.
He did, yeah. He was gone for like 6 months.
Yeah, and completely new dude.
Yeah.
Like, he knew what he was doing,
Yeah.
and he was good.
Yeah.
And I always, whenever I take a new guy and I'm like, look, you're terrible, I give Billy Mike as the example, because he was terrible, and now he's good.
Yes.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You just gotta put in the work.
Yeah, it literally is all it is. Just keep going at it. Go for it.
Justice is good.
Oh, we did that.
Did we? I want you to rag on him some more.
Horrible in-ring. The guy has stiffed me every time I've gotten him in the ring. Legit, stiffed me. Where the point where he'd have me in a lock and I'd be like, dude, ease up on me. I'm gonna fucking hurt you. And then he'd ease up on me because he knows I will fucking hurt you. That is a shoot straight out. Like,
Maybe
I
need to work.
don't care. I'll work anybody. I literally will work anybody. you've seen that. I've done that already. There's not a person on the roster I haven't worked with. There's not a person on the roster
I've never worked with.
used to work with. But Justice is definitely one of those guys that if you put me in the ring with him, you better make it 2 minutes, and it better be close to a squash. Give him false hope in the beginning, squash at the end. Because if not, I'm sorry. It's down there.
Hitman Jones.
Hitman Jones. I feel like he's going to break himself one of these days. He's legit going to break himself, and he's going to run out of lives.
Yeah, he's like a cat with 9 lives.
Yeah.
Like, he's running from.
Oh, no, lives? No, I said lives.
Oh, lives?
Yeah, he's going to break himself. He's going to get caught up in a lie one day. He's going to end up knocked out and kill him. Oh, you don't know about this?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm in the dark.
Yeah, so, from all the stories that have been passed around, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to put this out there just because of what I've been told by all stories, because all hands have told one story.
Okay.
He's apparently young, but he's trained everywhere. He's been to Japan, he's been to Europe, he's been everywhere in his life. The only thing that we ever seen of him is stuff that he's done in a backyard in New York. And then nobody else can adhere to this. There's no proof, no evidence, no nothing, but apparently he was a big star out there, and then there's no...
Well, I mean, it's 2019. Cameras are new.
Yeah, but he's only 22 years old.
Cameras are new. They just came out. And I mean, if he was doing this 4 years ago when he was 18, there was...
The moment that we first see the LA Sparks and you see Candace Parker on the game, it's just as important for girls and boys to see females as well. I fell in love with the game of basketball, really learned how to compete from there. I became competitive and always wanted to win. And I love winning. I love how the NBA tries to claim that they have the big that shot three and handle the ball before the does the game. No, it's true. Brianna Stewart, she's that prototype versatility. She's one of those players that she has now, but she also has then. When I'm playing or when someone else is playing, I can be like, you gotta do that. You know, I grew up watching the NBA. When I was 11 years old is when it started. Changed my brain from going out to shooting like Michael Jordan on my outdoor hoop to now going up and trying to raise the roof like Mr. Cooper and, you know, turn around like on for inspiring me.
You wanted to make sure the game was right. At least probably 3,000 to 5,000 animations. For me, it's the entire package to try and capture all the motion that we could, represent as many different players as we could. And the WNBA was represented exactly how it should be. And so I think right now, 2K20, we're excited for how it gets the perfect time.
We have arrived.
There was no cameras. No. There was no videos on phone.
What, Facebook came out in 2000?
It's like the modern day catfish. Yeah. It's like, oh hey, I'd like to talk to you. Yes, FaceTime. Oh, I can't. My phone's broke. Oh, well then you're a catfish. Because it's 2019. Exactly. And if you're real, within 8 minutes you can find somebody with a phone to fucking.
Yeah. Yo, can I borrow your phone for 5 minutes? Yeah, sure. You see it all the time. It's just, you know,
oh, I can't. I'm busy. You see the catfish where the guy literally thought he was $50. What? I'm glad.
I hate him, but I gotta appreciate him. I hate him, but I gotta appreciate him. I hate him because the worst gimmick on the show. I hate him because...
But these are great gimmicks!
What are you talking about?
Bite your tongue!
Did you invent that gimmick? Yeah. Great job, Vince. Fucking sucks.
Fuck you.
Why don't you come out with like a fucking New Day package, huh? Because that shit's over. Look how well it made Vince money. Vince created that shit. That was good. You created Vlad. What happened? You created Jimmy. What happened?
I wanted to screw that. Nobody wanted to do it.
Me and Lance can do that, but two people. Being gay guys in that.
Screw. Gay cock.
I mean, I would probably call it like the
How about screw gay cocks? Screw gay cocks.
Okay, I can do that. And then we'll have
People like parody gimmicks.
I can have a flute that's actually a dildo.
Yeah.
Parody.
Story fire. Hey,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
Not screw gay.
Right. Okay.
So, no dice.
No, alright, so I feel the same way about Joe Dice, the same way I do about Istar. They're both little guys who think they are giant, and it annoys the fuck out of me. Like, you're 5'4", 5'5", and you think that you should be able to German suplex a 300-pound dude? No! No! Where's the psychology in that? That makes no fucking sense. You guys need to work on your story more and less on your moves. This shit pisses me off. I'm sorry. Sorry. No, you better say that next time.
Shamar.
I didn't want to get out of here. You tried helping. You tried to help.
He tried to give you the BBC.
Yeah. Find out it's not exactly so easy as really though. Yeah, help you one day. And I literally just started beating the crap out of him. I started slapping and chopping, and eventually, I'm sorry. Said, now you're gonna member, right? He goes, yeah, I'm a member. Yeah, great. One day, God. In the ring.
I just realized, like, I don't think I ever had a one-on-one. I never had a one-on-one match.
You ever had a one-on-one match with
Hitman Jones.
You know what? I've had a one-on-one with Hitman Jones. I've had a one-on-one with Joe Dice, but I've never had a one-on-one with Mark. But I think we need Mark. Because I think Mark is actually very talented. And nobody else.
Snack.
Bingo!
I don't know that many people know about. I can't wait. Zach Fowler was in a relationship with
Oh
Rebel,
God, here we go.
right? With Rebel. And Rebel one night was just getting loose. And she was like flirting with a lot of dudes. And I thought it was because I thought she was with
They're married.
I thought that well, they told me they were engaged. She said she was engaged.
Okay.
I believe he said they were married. And then I saw her fucking around with some other dudes. And then was it after one show, me, her, and some other people ended up going to Wawa. And she's like hardcore into it. And I'm like, whatever, bro, go ahead, smash. Like, I don't know her, I don't know him, I can't feel responsible. So if you're gonna do it, bro, just do it and don't look at it.
God damn it. Ace Marksman.
I thought I already explained him. Yeah.
Hog. Bill Garbage List.
Yeah. Bill's garbage list. Horrible wrestler. I mean, the kid, he enjoys it as a fan watching wrestling, but I don't think, bro.
And last. No. Not first.
Is the last?
No.
No, because you're the last, of course.
We have a few more. I thought that was the end of the list.
I loved Jimmy at start. Loved him when I first met him. Thought he was like, oh yeah, this young kid, he's cool, alright, he's just a little off.
Lots of heart.
Yeah.
Way off.
Yeah. I've said it before in my whole shoot quit. Jimmy's got a lot of heart. He's definitely got a mind for business, but shut the fuck up. Like, holy shit, so many times he's just gotten in trouble by his thing.
You know what my catchphrase is? I realized it's not eat it yet. It's not obese mode. It's shut up, Jimmy. Because I say that the most.
I say it more than anything in the fucking, yeah.
What's Grim's catchphrase? Shut up, Jimmy. It needs to be on a shirt. Shut up, Jimmy.
Don't market that, because that's funny. Shut up, Jimmy. So many people would buy that because of the amount of people who hate Jimmy. And then the weird thing is like, people hate him for his character. We hate him for who he is.
We hate him for real life.
But he is his character.
He is his character.
He
can't shut himself off.
No, I've seen him shut himself off like once in front of his mother. That was when he was getting yelled at.
Joey Angelo.
Love the fucking kid. Oh my god. He needs to stop saying I'm gonna dip my palm in it because it's fucking stupid.
No, it's
but
funny.
otherwise, well, how is that?
We're trying to get him over.
I see that, but you can do that in other ways than forcing him to say something. Like, say something that's more natural. Shut the fuck up, mind your goddamn business, get the fuck out of my face. He would say that, like, instantly, no problem. You wouldn't have to, like, force feed it to him.
He's gonna learn.
We do things on the fly sometimes, and he's not an on-the-fly guy, but if he had his
You
own
didn't
thing,
see what he did in the vlog, though. Because it was on the fly. And that motherfucker, he got through.
did he?
Alright, well,
I told him he needs to open up his damn whoop ass and just let it out.
someone from the roster is sending my ex-wife love letters. Someone on the roster,
Text message?
in the fan mail. Someone is trying to get with my wife. Someone from the roster is trying to get with my ex-wife Barbara.
Okay.
And I don't care who she wants. She can see who she wants. I don't care if it was.
She's not a 10. No offense? No.
I don't care. But I was questioning them. I'm like, well, which one of you guys is it? I just want to know. That's all. Right? And I'm saying, is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? And all of a sudden, Tony Angelo goes, oh, hey, Grim. I go, what's that? And he goes, I'm going to dip my palm in it.
See, that's good.
That was good.
That's good. Okay. I give it to that. That's good. But, like, force feeding him in the fridge thing, like,
All right, last and certainly not least on the list.
who is that? Are you sure?
Right there, Grim.
I don't know. That's a professional photo. I don't know if that's really you. Did Matt Wolf take that picture?
He's dead.
I hate you.
I
fucking hate you.
I hate you too.
I really fucking hate you sometimes. But then I love you so much because how we have like the chemistry between me and you. It's just too good. I've honestly, as many people that have been in the ring and everybody on the roster, I have the most chemistry with you, and me and you can literally do anything on the fly. I mean, you look back to that WrestleMania video, right, with us in
In the parking lot.
The parking lot, which didn't.
I have made
relentless person that you have ever met.
I get so hyped for Evolution that there's farts coming out. Because this car stinks like a toilet bowl right now. And I blame Hop. I would admit it if it was mine. Just trying to not put over my wife's leaky butt syndrome. Because everybody always knows that it's her butt blowing everybody up toilet style. So we're riding in the fart car. We've arrived. Evolution, the first ever women's pay-per-view. Nassau Coliseum, baby! Tickets, you got them? Barbara, I thought you had. Dude, we're like 3 hours from home. I didn't get, did you guys get the tickets? I don't know, so you guys later, I'm gonna go buy a ticket. From the match, I wore the clown makeup. We just had a match with Creative Pro and wore clown makeup. And now, what's up, everybody? It's Emo Grim. How do you not have a women's shirt? I had a Paige shirt. Oscar. I had a Paige shirt until somebody, what did you do to it? I don't remember. Throw the wood chipper, light it on fire. Where'd you run on fire? I just need to run around. Look, there's Carmella right there. Where's Ellsworth? We want Ellsworth. We want Ellsworth. Molly, you don't want to go meet Carmella? What? Fake? He's fake? Oh, what a waste. What's up? What's up, man? Of course. Thanks for watching. I'm going to buy a Bell-Lucian shirt just to make you mad. There's a dance break t-shirt. Dance break! Dance break! That guy's dancing. What? How do you do it? I am not waiting on that line.
Oh my god, what's that?
Oh my god, what's up, brother? What's up, brother?
I've been looking for you.
You've been looking for me? Yeah, we'll grab me the vlog first. What's up, everybody? It's Brandon. Yeah! I got nothing for me to even get.
The blitzed off shirt?
Are you blitzed off? They don't have fat man ties for the fat folk.
They don't.
So I can't get anything.
So we don't have to wait on this long line. Why don't you split with some of these people, make an extra $5 to order a shirt for us to get them?
Or I can say, hey, anybody who's feeling good?
Really?
What?
Really?
Now, back in the old days, we used to say, Divas match gotta be, Divas match gotta be. And we used to run to the bathroom during the Divas match. But these ain't Divas, this is women's wrestling, damn it. And this is gonna be awesome. This is Evolution, because the Divas have evolved. So we're gonna peep before the show. Yeah. But not together. That'd be weird. Well, never mind, Kevin. I'm going to pee by myself. Look, here we are. Walked in. Evolution. What do you think? It looks cool, right? Yeah. You guys hype or what?
Better than all the others.
Better than all the others. Our seats are pretty good. We're not on the roof this time. We didn't fail with this one right here. The cringy, terrible ticket. They're now here at Evolution. We just waited for the pre-show match. What do you think, guys? We want Women Tag Team Championships. Rhea Ripley just retained the UK Women's Championship against Dakota Kai. But I'm noticing a few things. That was a good match. Very short match.
A man as a rat.
People are pissed. The women are mad. We have a man as the referee. And it kind of looks like they jigged out on the production here. We have the house show entrance stage. And the railings around the ring are not the big normal padded railings. Look. They're just the railings. Yeah. They're just a metal barricade with some sheets over them. How do you keep out on the first ever women's paper? Nikki Vicky should have been the referee. Evolution is in underwear, and it looks like they got somebody sitting on stage with a drum set. Oh, this opening song is horrendous.
in at Lita, and then she messed up, which I thought she tripped and fell a little bit. Hey, she did good. And you know, I'm noticing her outfit is kind of thongy sticking out. It's not really a thong, it's her attire, but we sort of got some whale tail going, so I was into it. I'd like to get into it. Oh, listen, just because you walk around in granny panties doesn't mean that the thongs aren't in anymore.
You walk around in a diaper.
I'm wearing one right now. This is not Demon's Match Gotta Pee. I don't want to be peeing. So I'm wearing a diaper. That was a good match. That was hype. The crowd was into it. And they took my advice. I said it had like a house show feel. It was kind of dark. The house lights were down. I tweet about it. 10 seconds later, the house lights come up. Women's Battle Royale! This place is on their feet! We got Nia Jax and Ember Moon! One of them is going to win. They're the final two. Oh, wait, Selena Vega. Selena Vega was never eliminated. Selena Vega was never eliminated. Tamina just took Selena Vega right into Tamina's head. Now Ember Moon's back in. Nia Jax crosses Ember Moon over the top. And Nia Jax is the winner of an epic women's battle royal right here at Evolution. What a match. The intro was great as the Iconics came out and said that it was going to be iconic, but all the veterans that were getting roasted tossed them right over the top, right at the beginning. I can't believe they let Maria Kanellis win it.
What the? Yes, sure.